Hello, America and curling fans from Canada and Newfoundland. This is your host, Ryan Olson, bringing to you the latest coverage from the 2024 MoPac Men's and Women's Club Playdowns, presented by DoubleTakeout.com. Rocks in play, we are underway, and there are rocks definitely in play as Team Blaske, the second Team Blaske, is delivering their second stone, I believe. We have men's semifinal action plus continuing women's round robin play to cover this draw. I'll do my best and maybe provide some peeks in on the other sheets as we can. And this takeout is successful, and the house is open with one high center guard. Team Groh hails from the Coyotes Curling Club. This is their home ice. And as I mentioned in the last game where we saw Team Blaske as the feature sheet, Coyotes used to be the home ice for Claire Blaske. She moved to the San Francisco Bay Area for graduate school and is now playing out of the San Francisco Bay Area Curling Club with the rest of her team. We're going to be introducing the players as the games progress. But for now, please sit back, relax, and hopefully we'll have some beverage service when the plane reaches cruising altitude of 30,000 feet. So, Groh draws to the wing on the right, and it looks like I think Blaske is going to draw around the center guard. And this looks a little light, maybe. They're really sweeping it to make sure it gets in the house. And it does. It looks like it was just enough to be shot, out counting the yellow on the right there. And so Andy McDonald's holding the broom for Team Groh and is looking to take out that red. This looks like it could be maybe a little wide. Let's see how it finishes. And this needs to come back a lot. And it will not. It's going to go through the house. And now it does create an opportunity for Blaske. And she's choosing to draw around the center again. We're now to third rocks, I believe. This is the Vice Subs is her nickname for Team Blaske. Looking to draw around. This weight looks a little light. Sweepers are really doing their best to make sure it gets there. But it is high in the guard zone, and it does create a possible double or just some additional targets for McDonald's and Team Groh to take on. This is the Vice in the hack. It's the namesake of Team Groh. It's Maiden Groh. And again, I think looking to make sure the rock comes back, it definitely seems to be a much closer on target. I think it's going to get one. And it's going to jam in the back on the yellow, and so brings the red into the house. So a slight mistake. The shooter for yellow rolls left to the wing, and so now it's Blaske sitting 2, and Groh having the third shot in the house. That stone coming up for Team Blaske, and they're going to try that draw around again. And that's a solid strategy for teams that don't have the hammer. Looking to control the center of the house and the front of the house. So if you kind of picture a U shape, if you don't have the hammer, you want to control the inside part of the U where there's no actual letter. And there's a guard on the center line, and so it's pushing Groh to draw around on the left side. And I haven't seen it draw on this side yet, so let's see how it looks. This is also the side of the ice where I think it curls a bit more than the other, so it's definitely going to be interesting to see how it reacts today. Looks like the break is about there. You can see it really start to dig in, and it might be curling on top of the Blaske red in the house. And indeed it does. It sits right on top of it. It's still Blaske sitting 2, but Team Groh has shots 3 and 4 in the house. So this is women's round robin play. It's a 7-team field. Each team plays the other, so it's a 6-game round robin. Each team with 6 games, and then from there, the top 3 finishers will advance to the playoffs tomorrow. The semifinals will feature the 2 and 3 finishers, the second and third finishers, and then the first place finisher gets a bye to the championship. And it's a slightly different format than we've done in recent years. There's been a situation sometimes where we have the round robin, and then they have like a tiebreaker, depending on the record, to see if the second place team can beat the first place team 1 or 2 times. So this is Blaske's first here. This is, again, maybe had to make sure to watch the curl, make sure it doesn't wreck on the stones in the house. It does chip off the yellow and rolls wide to the left. And so Megan has the broom down for the skip, Andy McDonald. I think looking to hit the red and roll to the center. This is McDonald's first here with the hammer. So definitely want to make sure you hold the line. Don't want it to over curl, because you want some roll but not too much roll. Well, in this case, there's no roll at all, or just barely a roll. But it does appear to be good enough for shot, and so Team Blaske is going to make a play on it. Probably maybe just like hit right on the nose. It would probably be good for third shot, and then Team Groh couldn't hit it and count for shots. So Blaske gets set in the hack, and we're underway. That's a nice release there. So needs to make sure it doesn't over curl. Fighting to keep it on line, and it does get it. The yellow is gone, and now Blaske is back to sitting 3. And now, if my read of the overhead cam is correct, the yellow can't hit that side, the red on that side, to sit shot. So they're now opting to draw just for 1. So that was a really well executed end for Team Blaske without the hammer. So this is McDonald's last rock here in the first end. So I think they're throwing a little up. They want to, I thought they were looking to make hit the red in the back, but they are actually going to just draw to the back 4 foot. Good for 1. Some small applause from the coach of the team, who's in the warm room watching the game. So Groh is forced to 1, but they're on the board to take a 1-0 lead over Team Blaske. We'll be back in a moment with the second end with Blaske holding the hammer when we continue with the 2024 MoPac Men's and Women's Club Playdowns. And this event is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, DoubleTakeout.com. DoubleTakeout.com is a stat lover's paradise for curling, described by the proprietor Ken Pomeroy as the world's best curling ranking system. You can check it out for yourself. Look at the stats, see how the teams performed from week to week, and also check out the new Substack newsletter where Pomeroy breaks down some of his thoughts on how to analyze the competitive curling field. That's all at doubletakeout.com. So Rocks in play. We are underway here in the second end. Just to take a look around the rings. I don't think scores are posted yet, so I won't do that. But just to introduce the teams that are playing on our sheets right now at the Coyotes Curling Club. All this information is on Double Takeout. That's where I go for the information, and that's where I could recommend you go to check out live scores. It really is the site for this tournament's scoring system. Sheet A is a women's game between Team Feldman of Wine Country taking on Team Juilliard of Coyotes. Sheet B is the men's semifinal of one, featuring the teams from the 3 and 4 qualifier games. It's Team Tate taking on Team Siggins. Sheet C, of course, is our feature game. Blaske from San Francisco taking on Team Groh from Coyotes. And then Sheet D is the second men's semifinal. We have Team McBride of Orange County facing off against Team Raju from San Francisco. And so Raju had the hammer in that game. And again, all these scores are being posted to bondspieler.com. So looking for some takeout action, and the red is out. Just like someone who wants a steak well done, there's no red there in the house. And that was a firm takeout. I don't know how many meat analogies I have in me today, guys. Next struck coming from Team Blaske. So looks like they put up a corner guard. And we see for Team Groh, the net strike coming from Jennifer Collins. She likes plants, pit bulls, and the show Parks and Rec. Hopefully there'll be some more fun facts about both teams as this game progresses. Looking to draw around that corner guard that Blaske put up. Going to go a little deep. And it looks like it's going to settle in the back 4-foot ring there. And the second ends are well and truly underway for both teams. For Team Blaske, this is the second Kate Garfinkel. So someone was offering me cookies, and one of the fun things about curling is that people are trying to find fun ways to help raise money for efforts to travel and stuff. And so Arizona State is forming a new college curling team. Andy McDonald's helping to lead the effort, and they had a baking fundraiser. So there's some brownie bars and some cookies that I think are bourbon influenced at the very least. Very good stuff. Net stone coming for Team Groh. And this shot, I believe they were looking to maybe cover the yellow, trying to close the door that is the yellow shot stone in the house. And that does look to be the case. So now Garfinkel's going to be asked to do some clean up on aisle C, as it were. She started curling in 2007 at the Philadelphia Curling Club. And this looks like it's going to get at least one of the yellows out. It's going to get one, and the second one is going to go, oh goodness, Blaske almost took a spill on the yellow in the back. But that is a double takeout presented by doubletakeout.com. So hopefully Blaske is none the worse for wear, as it were. And this is now the first stone coming from the third for Team Groh, Megan Groh. She notes that her curling resume isn't nearly as cool as Andy's, but she was the 2013 MoPac Women's Champion at lead. And this is a pretty good shot for someone who's thrown lead, drawing into the top 4 foot. There's a double there that the third for Blaske can take on. This is the third for Blaske. It's Subs Thangadarai. She started curling 12 years ago and never looked back, hailing from Calgary, Alberta. That's Cowtown. And let's see if she has the moves to move some beef around in the house. During it one, that's all. The shooter's going to roll out of play. And Megan wastes no time pushing out of the hat. I was checking some figures when I saw that shot start. So this shot, Andy's hoping to keep it high in the top 12 foot, and it's going to be really close. Seems to be right on the money, and so now Blaske's going to clear that out. We hit him under sweatshirts. And here is Subs' next shot. Looking for some takeout action. Need to push it over a little bit more than it is. It gets one yellow out, and then the shooter's going to roll to the side and out of play. So now I think McDonald is going to try a very similar shot to what they've been throwing, tights to the top of the rings. This is Andy McDonald, the skip of Team Groh. She's compiled quite the curling resume, including competing in under 21 nationals, under 18 nationals, and the 2022 mixed doubles nationals. So Andy called the sweepers off, I guess kind of letting the stone go its own way. And the destination the stone found was the top 8 foot. So that song about going your own way, that is about curling. They actually did a music video about it. Curling was the theme. It wasn't very popular, so they scrapped it and then redid the video to be more popular, I guess. So going your own way really is about curling. Check it out. I've not made that up in the slightest. Or have I? What we're not making up is that Claire Blaske is a relatively new curler. Or she's definitely kind of exploded on the scene here. She's been curling since 2012, coming from Lansing Curling Club in Michigan. But she's been to several arena nationals and the U18 national championships. And looking to, I think, go for the double here. Has one, and the other yellow is going to go through the house to the back 12, and it hangs on. So not a true double takeout, but pretty darn close. And that led to some exchanges of hand claps, hand slaps. Low fives, I guess. So I think McDonald is just going to pluck out the red counting stone in the top of the house, and I'll be sitting 2 and then forcing Blaske to go for 1. This does seem to be, it did finish pretty well, and it rolls under cover, so there's not going to be really any easy way for Blaske to get rid of both yellows that are currently counting in the house. So it's going to be a draw for 1. The good news is that both teams have been down this path a couple times when they were trying to draw earlier, so it should just be a pretty nice draw. I think they're going to just aim for the button, but anywhere full 8 foot is going to be good for the single. As Blaske gets set for her final rock here in the second. Just needs full 8 foot for the single point. It's coasting a little bit. Needs to sit down. Is it going to sit down in time? Oh my goodness, it goes deep. There's at least one yellow that outcounts it, and that's all. So it's going to be a steal of 1 for Team Groh. We're going to carry a 2-0 lead into the third end, and we'll be right back to our feature sheet coverage in just a moment. Before we get back to the feature sheet coverage, let's take a peek at sheet number D, where we have Team Raju taking on the other team. Rots are in play here in the second end. I think we're to skip stones. It's Team McBride, Team Raju versus McBride. This is the first of Raju's 2 skip stones. Playing the red rocks, facing 2 yellows in the house. And looks like they're going to try and make a play on the shot stone on the button. War Room says it's close. I think they're hoping for a little bit of roll too. They're going to get the hit and just a slight roll. The yellow shot stone goes through the house out of play, so it's now Raju sitting 1 and 3. But McBride has the second shot, and it looks like they have. Looks like they can make a play on that red shot stone. And McBride scored 4 in the first end, and so that means Raju has the hammer in this end. This is going to be the last McBride stone here in the second end. And this is McBride's last shot here in the second. It looks a little wide, but all they need to do is just clip the edge of the red. And they do. The shooter's going to roll through the house out of play. And so now Raju is going to be doing a draw for 1, or maybe not. He can make a play on the top of the house. That's what he's looking at now. Run the red onto the yellow, and then hopefully have the shooter roll into the house for a second point. The angles are going to be, I think, a little tricky. Well, the weight is going to have to be very precise to execute it the way he wants. So they're looking at the angles and looking at where they expect the stones to end up.
It's a run back.
So this is the last shot coming for P. and Raju and his team, hailing out of the San Francisco Bay Area Curling Club. I'm going to shift slightly. So it just clears their own red. It's going to be a steal of 1, and McBride, hailing out of Orange County Curling Club of California, is going to take a 5-0 lead into the third. So we're going to drop into the games as they happen. This peek of our feature sheets as I slowly walk back to my production studio. Try not to be shaky cam too much. And there we go. So this looks to be Kate Garfinkel throwing her stone here in the third end. Looking to, I think, maybe tap their red closer to the center of the house. It does. It goes to the back 8. Hand wave of congratulations, or good shot. Attaboy, attagirl. And so McDonald is, I think, going to do some cleanup action, asking her second to take that on. Jennifer Collins. Her favorite chip and dip combo is apparently tortilla chips and spicy salsa. And it looks like they're trying to hold the line. It does appear to be past the guard. It's going to make contact. We're going to get 1 and just scoot past the other red in the house. So a pretty good shot. It was just a little, I think just maybe a little narrow just based on how it hit, I think, on the inside. This is Garfinkel's second, pardon me. And as we see the shot its way down the ice, now we have some scores on bondspieler.com. On sheet A, women's round robin game between Team Feldman of Wine Country taking on Juilliard of Coyotes. It's been all Juilliard thus far, 3-0 in the third end. Sheet B is the other men's semifinal action. Again, the winners of these men's games will advance to tonight's championship at about 8:20 p.m. We have both teams trading singles back and forth. Both teams hail from Coyotes. Team Sidens with the hammer was forced to 1 in the first, and Tate was forced to a single in the second, also with hammer. In the third, Sid holding the hammer. We're seeing some takeout weight now coming on our feature sheets. It scoots across and just barely misses that red in the back again for a second time. Goodness. On sheet D, again, the other men's semifinal, it's been all McBride so far from Orange County, stealing 4 in the first, and then another steal of a single in the second. They're up 5-0 over Team Raju from San Francisco Bay Area Curling. So that brings you up to date on the scores, coming to you from bondspieler.com. And this shot, I think, looking to draw around again. Mamma Mia, here we draw again, I guess. And puts it right on the top of the button. And now we see Megan delivering, I think also now going to draw, opting for the draw. Warm Room says it might be a little heavy. So it's a draw to move the red further back, and it does look to be on target. It's going to tap it back to the back 4 foot. McDonald doing her best to coax it from the cozy bosom of the button, and only partially succeeded. Red is still shot. But now it's red 1 and yellow second shot. And it's going to be interesting to see how Blaske can get 2 points out of this end. Trailing right now 2-0. So Subs gets in the hack. Blaske has the broom set to do that wide draw that they've been doing for both teams for the past couple shots. And this rock, again, looks to be a little upweight. I think they want to hit the yellow on the side and push the yellow to the side. This weight looks pretty good. They don't want to hit it flat or on the nose, and it actually does. And so a slight miss perhaps, as it does push the yellow to shot position. But that red that was just delivered could be used later in the end, and that's why Andy McDonald is going down to, I think, kind of cover that up with her first here in the end. So the stone makes its way down the ice. Looks pretty nice. It's probably going to make a slight tap on the red. So it draws on top of the red, but I think the red is still playable if they want to take it on. Hit the red onto the yellow and kind of squirt the yellow through the house to the right side there. Claire Blaske makes her way down the ice. And I think looking for board weight to swing, make sure it gets past the yellow. That was just delivered and kind of smacked the red on the side there. And this is going to be a tee shot coming now from Claire Blaske. Sweeping, I think, to hold the line. It does look to be a little tight, and it's going to pick one of the guards out of the way, and the shooter's going to roll to the wing. So it opens things up for Blaske's last, and it does give them a chance to kind of get a better read of the ice for the net shot. And so now Team Groh wastes no time to put the broom down and do that type of draw again. Maybe a little bit more ice, this time to make sure the yellow ends up right in front of that red. And the line looks pretty good. I think it will park itself right in front of the red. And I do think that shot has been taken away. So Blaske and subs are looking it over. I don't know how they would get there. They're looking at a long draw to the button. And just based on how it finishes, I don't know if it's going to curl enough to get around all those rocks in the center to get to the edge of the button. So they're going to almost out to the edge of the 12-foot ring. They need basically a full slice of the button to score a single point here. And this is the last rock here, the third end. Sweepers are on it. I think they need it for weight. Now they can maybe let it go. It's too wide. It's not going to come back. As you can see when I switch the cameras, I'm doing this all by myself. So sometimes I don't switch things as quickly as I should. I apologize. But I hope it's working out for everyone watching at home. We definitely thank you for tuning in. This is a great celebration of competitive curling in our region, the Mountain Pacific Curling Association. It's been great to see clubs from throughout the region take to the ice to see who will come out on top and advance to the U.S. National Championship. I believe it's set for Colorado this year. And then as an added bonus, whoever wins the National Championship for club at the club event will take part in a new North American Championship, which will pit the U.S. winners with the Canadian Curling Club winners. And that's coming sometime next spring, so definitely stick around and stay tuned for that. It will not be on the MoPac YouTube channel. It will be on CBS Sports Network, which has slightly more viewership. At least that's what I've been told. Although coming up next on the MoPac YouTube channel, rodeo and sailing. I like sailing. I'm not quite sure about the rodeo part, but both are also sports on CBS Sports Network, which is the slight joke that I'm making. So that was a steal of one by Groh to take a 3-0 lead over Blaske. Looking around the rings, it appears that the men's semifinal games are about to finish their third end. And we will keep an eye on that, bring you cut into our footage when needed. This is the next stone coming from the lead for Team Blaske. This is... the name's on the tip of my tongue. That was Christina Ludo. I'm pretty sure. And that is correct. Sorry, guys. To give us biographical information, I want to make sure I get it correct. I know it's important that we get the information right for the viewers at home, plus the players themselves. This is lead Michaela McLean. Started curling this year. She's a nurse. Her favorite chip and dip combo is chips and salsa. And a center guard there. So when a team doesn't have the hammer or the advantage of throwing the last rock, they often look to control the front and center of the house. And we get to see what Christina's next shot is. Christina started curling in 2014 at San Francisco Bay Area, where she's been rocking the house ever since. She's played in past mixed Playdowns and medaled in the Arena National Championships. And she's also teaming up with Kate Garfinkel, the second on Team Blaske, to play in mixed later this season. And does draw around that corner guard, puts a rock in play. And it appears that McDonald is going to ignore that for now and draw around those two center guards that were put up by Team Groh. So Jennifer Collins is, her rock is coming down the sheet. Her favorite color is teal. And her favorite chip and dip combo is tortilla chips and spicy salsa. And that's a pretty spicy draw there. Comes down and sits right on top of the lid. So it's now Groh sitting one and Blaske sitting the second shot. And Blaske is now asking for Garfinkel to do some takeout action. And so Garfinkel started curling in 2007 at Philadelphia Curling Club. And does clear one of the guards, and it actually clears the second red guard. So that was a double takeout presented by doubletakeout.com. We're going to work on a jingle to play during moments like this. It could also just be like a guy saying, doubletakeout.com. Maybe. We'll workshop it, as the kids say. Stone coming for Collins, looking to put that center guard back up. And it looks like it's going to be pretty close, and it does. Put the center guard back up, and Blaske is wasting no time to put the broom back next to that new center guard and asking Garfinkel to take it out. From the Glitz of Hollywood from 2008 to 2011 to the Windy City Thrill 2019-2020, she's been sliding and sweeping her way across the nation. So it's going to get one and moves the second one through the house. The first yellow jammed and rolled to the right slightly. And so now McDonald's kind of asking which type of shots Megan Groh preferred, and now they're looking to draw. So Megan's favorite color is purple, as you might be able to tell with her hair. Her favorite chip and dip combo is hell of a good French onion dip and Wise potato chips. And let's see if this next shot is a hell of a shot. It's going to be really close. It's going to make contact on the yellow. The warm room is not reacting to that shot necessarily. It sounds like the was a really solid shot on the D sheets. The game between Raju and McBride. So subs, she was fresh off the heels of clinching the 2021-2022 Alberta U21 mixed doubles provincial. She's no stranger to the thrill of competition, and she's going to crash on the guard and push the guard pretty much out of play. It's well and truly out of play now. And so Team Yellow, Team Groh really is knocking on the door here, really putting on the pressure on Team Blaske. And And this shot looks like it needs to curl up somewhat. This is perhaps the side of the sheet that doesn't curl as much as the other, but it still does curl as we're seeing right now. And it does put a center line guard. It does protect about half of the 2 yellows in the house. But basically, I think Blaske is just asking subs to start to keep clearing rocks down the middle. So, as a true Canuck, Subs has got a love for all things winter sports, whether it's curling, skating, or skiing. And this shot looks pretty close to being on target. Going to do 1, and that's all. It does help keep things open, so hopefully Blaske will be able to do something with her last. There's a lot of hope in that last sentence. Coming up after this 4th end, there's going to be a 5-minute break. And teams will have a chance to pause, reflect. The coach might go out and talk to his team. Team Groh has been playing pretty well, but the coach might see some things to work on. And this shot needs to curl up about another 1.5 feet. It's going to get there and end up in the mid guard zone. The middle third. It's pretty common for curlers to divide the guard zone in front of the house into thirds, and that's looks like a 2. And so Blaske is done blasting, it looks like, as the broom is on the right side of the sheet. Looking to, I would assume, draw around and sit on top of the yellow that's in the back there. And her shot is away. Looks pretty good out of hands. Weight could be a bit of a challenge. And it also is coming over a lot, as Patrick notes in the warm room. That is the side that does curl a lot more than the other side. That's something that's been consistent through the weekend. Although it might be curling a bit more than I think I've seen in the past day and a half. So now it looks like they're going to close the door, put up a rock to prevent Blaske from getting access to the house to store a point, just a single point. But again, this is the side of the sheet that overcurls, so let's see where this rock ends up. And it's overcurling. But it might crash on the red and roll out. No, not really. It does make contact with the red and then the yellow. So the yellow that's closest to the house was pushed out a little bit more. And so it does make that final draw a little harder for Blaske as she makes her way down the ice. Talks things over with her front end. Looking to draw for 1, facing 2 yellow counters in the 4-foot. Shots away. Let's see if the line is going to be wide enough to get around, but tight enough to get to the button. It's going to be close. Now they're trying to push it over. It's around all those rocks. Oh goodness, it was close, but it didn't curl enough on the end. And so it looks to be a steal, another steal at 2. To take so Team Groh is going to be able to take a 5-0 lead over Team Blaske as they head into the break. We're going to take the break with them, and we'll be right back as our coverage of the 2024 Men's and Women's Club Playdowns presented by DoubleTakeout.com continues. We're back to the 2024 MoPac Men's and Women's Club Playdowns presented by DoubleTakeout.com. Going to the second semifinal game, hopefully not to be in people's way here. This is the contest between Team Tate and Team Siggins, both teams from Coyotes. Cities is turned the yellow rocks, looking to make a play on the red rock that's on the button. Or just, actually it's in the 8-foot. It's button adjacent. And looks pretty good. I think they wanted to maybe roll over to the left a little bit. And it will. And that's a really well executed shot. Is now yellow is sitting 2. And Sean Tate is making his way down the ice to throw his last. Could try to double those yellows out and blink the ends, carry the hammer into the 4th end break. As we get some nice view of the gentleman's backsides from this angle, so I'm going to shift slightly. And so, looking to make contact on those 2 yellows. And so, there's been some really good takeouts on sheet B, as you might hear. So, looking to I double these 2 yellows out and roll away for the blank. And starting to get 1. It's going to jam and be a shot for 1. And so, looking at the scoreboard, it appears that they're going to go into the 4th end break with the score being 5 for Siggins and 2 for Tate. So we'll keep an eye on that game as it continues. And I'm going to shift over to the D sheet and the other one. Yep. So now looking at the D sheet, the contest between Team Raju of San Francisco and Team McBride from Orange County. This is a California battle, a Cali battle. And some really awesome sweeping to get it into the house, to sit in front of the shot Yellowstone. But it definitely is in a position where McBride can make a play on it. It does look open. So the score right now is McBride 5, Raju 3. Raju is struggling a little bit, but was able to put up a 3 spot in the 3rd end to get on the board. And McBride is just his first of 2 skip stones here. While we keep an eye on that, I'm just going to shift slightly to sheet C to see how things are going in the feature sheet game. Right. And now McBride's first is coming down the way. Looking to make contact, I imagine hitting it on the inside and rolling towards the center. Oh, it crashes on one of the guards. And so now Raju, without the hammer, is probably going to looking to close the door. Although, I'm going to ask this, if you look at the overhead, which you can now, you can see that the entire right side of the sheet is open. And the question could be, could you put a stone on the right side, split the rings, and then not give McBride a target to aim at? Or there's too many targets for McBride to take out with 1 stone to go. So.
Do you try to hide behind center guard, or do you guard that one? I think you have to try to hide behind. Because right now, it seems to intern jobs you do. Right.
So, I mean, also the teams kind of stay on the side of the ice that they're most comfortable with, so they may be more comfortable on this side. Looking to guard, it could give McBride a double for a single. Well, the other thing is that this is probably, if the shot is made, McBride is going to be forced to make a play on the shot stone and be forced to a single point. So it does seem to be obviously a solid option for Skip Raju. And his last shot at the end is coming down the way. Going to shift a little bit as they shift with me. So it looks like it's going to perhaps freeze on top. It doesn't freeze, it taps it back. And so it does give McBride a double. And also by drawing into the house, if McBride sticks around, he could get 2 points here.
Wow, yeah, what's it called? I think you hit and roll off the top one. That way you cut him down. Yeah, exactly. I agree with that.
This is hammer.
Yeah, still. So you hit and roll, that means you cut him down.
Right.
In worst case, to 1, and if you get the nice roll.
I like that.
So hearing some good good commentary from the warm room. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but
Across the nose on this side, right? So you roll this way.
there's definitely some good options for Skip McBride. And the last rock is away here in the fourth end. Looking to roll, hit. And gets them both. And it sticks around, so it is a score for 2. Fascinating how that unfolded. So now they're into the fourth end break, and so we're going to shift back to our feature game in just a moment. So returning to our featured game, we have third stones underway here in the fifth end. So far the scoring has been all Team Groh from the Coyotes Curling Club. Team Blaske from San Francisco is looking to get on the board. And this rock over curls into the guards, wrecks on the guards and spins to the right wide a bit. And seems we have a bit of a Christmas tree building in front of the house, so season's greetings from all of us here at MoPac. It's a very festive season, as you can tell. And I believe that Team Groh is just going to put another rock in front of the house. They're sitting shot stone. It is somewhat covered. There is a bit of a fort, as you can see from this head-on view. But we're very quickly to skip stones here in the fifth end. And here is Andy McDonald's first shot. So,
Trevor, you're in the way.
I'll move to the back.
No, that's all right. Just stand behind people that are shorter than you.
Oh, okay.
so this is like it's going to block the draw path to the house. And so now Blaske is looking at a angle raise to hit the red that's on that left side
Ankle tap.
to toward the button. Yeah. So it's been a pretty hard-fought battle between these two relatively young teams. The skip, Blaske, is currently attending graduate school at Stanford, going for her doctorate. And Andy McDonald is finishing up her senior year at Arizona State University. So these are two college-age women really showcasing some fine curling skills all around, and the rest of the teams as well. So Blaske shots away, looking for the tap raise, angle raise here towards the button. It does look like it's over curling. It might actually cross the face and go to the left there.
6 games sound like a good idea when you hear the options.
So that shot is still there, so I think McDonald's going to take that away as she taps her broom right where to block it off. So there's also some possible hit and rolls down the middle. Looking at the ice, McDonald seems to maybe have picked something up. This ice is really pristine, and so any sort of foreign object on the ice can disrupt the path of the broom. And so that's why you see sweepers doing that. They're not. They're being overly cautious, but it's worth it, because if, again, like a hair or a piece of rubber from the rubber grippers people wear that comes off, it can just totally change the end. Or sometimes like there's a grain of dirt that just grabs the stone and it breaks it to a halt. So it's really important to keep the ice clean, keep the stones clean, and keep your equipment clean on the ice.
She has her drawings.
So looking to draw, I think they wanted to put it onto the left side of that red that was delivered by Claire Blaske. So that shot is what they wanted. The warm room was hoping that it would get around the guard and go into the house. But now they're looking at what to possibly do, and when you look at it head on, there's not a lot of options there. There's a red on the right side when we switch back to the view. She's also looking at a tap 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 run back.
No, she can't, because the red is too offset.
And so the war room is also looking at the red further right, but they're saying it might be too offset, and that yellow would probably be in the way as well. So the only shot that they see is to move 3 pieces of rock, and also I would say that the angles are kind of not great. I think if they hit it precisely, they can make the shot, but if it's slightly off, the red rock is just going to go wide of the center. So this is a key shot coming now from Claire Blaske, facing one yellow grow stone in the house. Here we go. This is the last rock here, 5th end. Lots of weight. Let's see what it does. It's going to get 1, 2, 3, and the red is going to go through the house out of play. So it was really close. It could have been made, maybe just a little too much energy, which is a bit surprising considering the fact that they needed to move 3 stones. So a Groh seals another one as we head to the 6th end of a possible 8 ends of regulation. I don't want to jinx the score situation, so I'm not going to say it. I'm not one of those people that believes in superstition, but I believe in the tradition, so I'm not going to say what the Groh team is pitching right now, but you know what I mean, wink. And I did just say wink on the broadcast, because you can't see my face. We'll be right back. coverage of the 2024 MoPac Men's and Women's Club Playdowns is brought to you by DoubleTakeout.com. DoubleTakeout.com is the world's greatest stats curling team ranking in the world. Check out weekly stats compiled by proprietor Ken Pomeroy. See how your favorite team stacks up against the rest. That's all on DoubleTakeout.com. Rots in play. We are underway here in the sixth end. It's been a fascinating game so far, and it also is kind of a situation where the team that plays the cleaner game can get a leg up on the other team, and it does seem that Team Groh is making more of their shots than Team Blaske, which is not to say either team is playing poorly. It's just, Team Groh seems to be having a really solid game. As we see the first shot coming from Christina Ludo. Christina started curling in 2014. Not only is she a phenomenal volunteer and active member of the San Francisco Bay Area Curling Club, she's also a fierce competitor. Hold on to your brooms, folks, because Christina isn't just about sweeping the ice. She's here to sweep you off your feet with her infectious enthusiasm and lively spirits. And that is how you write a bio. So now the net shot coming from Michaela McLean. Puts up another center guard down the center line. They're following the no-tick center line rule, which means a stone that's touching the center line can't be moved by an opponent until after the fifth rock to the end. I don't think those two yellows at the top of the house apply. They look to be just slightly off the center line. And so now Christina Stone is going to try and draw around the corner guard that's being put up. And that does appear to be fairly successful. It is open, I would say, as you can see from this overhead view. Jennifer Collins is ready to deliver her next rock. And so again, the women are playing a full round robin in a 17 field. That means they get 6 games, and the top 3 teams advance to the playoffs. So that made it around. The guard is going to hit the red on the outside and shoot the red out the back. And the shooter is going to stick around to be shot, buried somewhat under cover. And so Blaske's looking to make a play on the shot rock. She's looking at various angles there, and I think is settling on hitting the yellow on the inside there. And rolling towards the center as Kate Garfinkel delivers her stone. This looks to be pretty close. It's going to hit the yellow close to nose, and then the Yellowstone is going to go out of the house to sit in the back of the sheet. That looked pretty well done there by Kate. And it's gotten dark outside. I've been in here all day and just realized that the sun has set. That's how crazy things have been today. So the next rock coming from Team Groh. That's Collins, of course. Looking to make a hit of her own. It's past the guards, and it's going to hit the red gently, and then the shooters are actually going to roll out of the house. So this could be the start of an opportunity for Blaske. The red stone that's counting right now is pretty well buried. So now Blaske has an opportunity to check out another side of the sheet, and she's asking Kate Garfinkel to draw the left side of the sheet from this view. So it's gotten dark, and the warm room is starting to build up in energy as the night games are underway here. This is a little light, and it seems to be curling a bit too much. It's going to crash on the guard, and just a bit light there. And so now we have a bit of a wall, like a Hadrian's wall of granite in front of the house in the guard zone. And McDonald is going to try to draw around that side. And I think they would like to get into the house around all those rocks. And it looks like it's going to get around the guard, and then after that it's going to depend on how far deep it goes into the house. And the answer is it's going to go out of the house, out of play. So a good opportunity, just a little bit heavy, and it kind of showed Blaske the line to potentially take. And so Subs is getting set in the hatch for her shot. And some of her record includes competing in the 2023 Club National Championships. She was also the 21-22 Alberta U21 Mixed Doubles Provincial Champion. Made 7 appearances in the Alberta Provincial Championships and 12 playoff appearances in the Alberta Junior Curling Tour events. And this looks to be around the guard. And now it depends on how deep it's going to go. And this is going to be kind of similar to the last Groh stone, except for it's going to just park in the back 12 and not go out of play. So that worked for Team Blaske. They're now sitting 2. And now that the teams have found a new path to go down, they are definitely taking advantage of it as Megan Groh delivers her first stone at the end. And Megan, the vice of the team, has a fun fact. She met her husband Kent at curling, and he proposed to her at the club. So this looks pretty good. It looks like it's going to freeze right on top of the red in the back. A little bit of tap action, pushing that red further back, but that yellow is pretty well secured in the back of the house and could be shot. It's hard to tell. Here comes Subs' second shot. So you noted the warm room it might be a little tighter than the last shot. It is around the guard. It is going to settle behind cover, hiding the edge of the 8 foot. So that is now a shot. So at the very least, Blaske has 1. The second and third shots are a toss-up, but the fourth shot is that red that's in the back of the house. So now that wall of granite isn't doing anyone any favors. They could raise the yellows. It's also been suggested that they could just draw around again and just kind of be full 8 foot.
Drop and truck through there, especially with how much it curls. Mid 12, back 4 weight, it'll curl, it'll drop right at the No idea what she's doing. Yeah.
So the coach is offering some insight from the warm. Oh, Andy trades low fives with her team as they get set in the hack. It's kind of a cute or a very nice way to help build team solidarity. And here is Andy McDonald's shots. First shot here in the sixth end. Looking to, I think, go through the port. Through the port, and it hits the red. And the shooter rolls to the edge of the 8-foot. So some applause for making that shot by Andy McDonald. Looking to, I think, go through the port. Through the port, and it hits the red. And the shooter rolls to the edge. So some great shot making by skip Andy McDonald for Team Groh. So it does appear that Blaske is going to draw around and touch the full 8-foot. And that port is still there for either team to use in their last.
Yep, it already started curling.
So it will get around that guard easily. It does need to sit down. There is the backing, in the yellow in the back. And so they're trying to coach it over there to settle on top of the yellow in the back. It does make contact, but it rolls further back into the 12-foot.
For a second count, yeah.
So it is second shot. Actually, and so it looks like Blaske might be sitting 2 and 3, depending on how that red on the right side is counted.
No, just draw.
And so
there, just draw that around.
looks like the Team Groh is opted to draw around. And basically, I think if they sit a second shot, it's going to be, again, difficult for Blaske to get multiple points in sand, or even a single points. McDonald is getting sets.
6-10, you mean?
And her last shot is underway, looking to draw around. I think looking for the top 8-foot, or even the top 12-foot, just to close off that draw path. And as they know, this is really, really wide, and it's starting to go deep. I think they could be thinking about maybe drawing to the red in the back. Oh, but it finishes really nicely. It's going to finish in the T line along the 8-foot. And so now Team Blaske is looking at a hit and roll for just the single. So again, just another end where both teams are giving it their all, and it's just Blaske is looking for some answers. So after this shot, we are going to go around the rings to see how the men's semifinal games are going. And again, the winner of the men's semifinals will advance to tonight's championship, set for around 8:20, 8:30 on the MoPac YouTube channel, and that is Mountain Time. So looking for a hit and roll. Even just a nose hit would be okay. They don't want it to roll too far either way, and this looks like it's hanging out. And it's not going to really come back too much. It's just going to chip the yellow. And that is a steal of 2 for Blaske. Sorry, for Groh. So another steal for 2 for Groh. And that is handshakes. Blaske has seen enough and is calling it after 6. And now, just because I don't believe in superstition, Team Groh pitched a shutout. So there was a shutout alert that was on Major League Baseball Network, and job accomplished by Team Groh. These again are very two competitive skilled teams, and definitely excited to see what these teams can do moving forward. So we are going to shift our focus to the men's semifinals, maybe bouncing back and forth to see what we can do. And so definitely thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to shift our cameras in just a moment, and we'll be right back.
Congratulations on your career. That's funny.
Sorry. Oh, yeah, they're almost done. Thank you. I'm on mic still. I apologize. All right, looking to the Sheet B game between Team Tate and Team Simmons. Tate has been chasing the entire game, and it looks like Siggins is in a prime scoring opportunity here in the 6th end. Tate's got a single in the 4th and the 5th, and is currently trailing 5-3. But Siggins has a hammer and a sitting 3 in the house, all in a row. So, you know, throw a triple and just make that irrelevant. We'll see what happens. And the other men's semifinals on Sheet D, they are in Third Rocks over there. So we'll switch over there after this end concludes. So there's no triple in the offing here, as Tate is going to draw a round. I think looking to put one, maybe to tap the yellow shot stone back a little bit. This looks pretty good. Just freezes on top of it. So it does cut Siggins down to just one stone, and that red second shot is going to be really hard to get rid of. So it looks like Siggins is going to maybe draw on top of it, maybe draw to the inside of the yellow so they can make a play on it with their last. No. So Siggins makes his way down the ice. And again, the winners of these two games will advance to tonight's championship. The winner of the championship will advance to the U.S. Nationals, I believe set for next year in Denver, or just outside Denver. It's where did? Oh, Fargo. Okay, my apologies. Is it mixed? I think it might be the mixed teams that are in Denver for another year. But yeah, Fargo. That's a good call. Thank you. Hey, you know, go see all the settings of the movie and TV show. So, okay, so this is a shot to kind of guard the shot stone. Just kind of blocking any potential tap on the part of Tate. And that is going to come into the top 12 of the house. So one thing that's always fun to see about Sadians is that he delivers using a old-fashioned corn broom that's been wrapped with tape. You can see that on the right side here. You can't use that for sweeping or anything else aside from as a delivery aid. So it's just something that's just kind of people that learned how to deliver using those corn brooms was able to keep using them. Otherwise, most people have either gone to using modern brooms or stabilizers. So Tate, seeing that the left side is closed off, is now approaching the right side with their last stone of the end. And I think they just want to get to the button and try to tap the yellow back from the right side here as the shot's underway. This is over curling a little bit, perhaps. Sweepers are going, now they're off of it. I think they might like it, or it seems to be on top of the rocks in the center. It over curled. Weight was maybe just a little light as well. Otherwise, I mean, I think based on how it finished, the line was pretty good. Just a little light. So now Sadians is looking to kind of follow a similar line for 2 points. And let's see what the chef has cooking. So here we go. This is the last shot of the end. Skip Sadians is drawing for 2, and to add to their already significant lead in this semifinal game. So this also is over curling and is probably going to tap the yellow at the top of the 8-foot. It's just going to be a single for Sadians to increase their score to 6-3 as they are about to start the 7th end. We're going to move over to sheet D, leave these audience members, these viewers in the warm room to enjoy the game in relative quiet. Thank you for putting up with me. And we're going to shift over to the neighboring sheet. Excuse me, thank you. So I have a seat here at the timers table. On sheet D, McBride has been firmly in control of this game as Raju got a 3 spot in the 3rd end, but McBride answered with a deuce in the 4th and stole 2 in the 5th. Is currently up 9-3 in this semifinal game. The winner again goes to the championship. The loser goes home. And this shot here is going to make contact with 1 red, and it's going to roll to the back 4 foot, actually back 8 foot. And now it does appear that McBride is sitting 2 points. Yes, thank you. So. So Raju is looking at the angles here, considering what to do.
Not terrible. They just took one, so Sean's done with it. The ladies have a
So they have the hammer. Curious about what they're going to try to do here. And looking, they finally settled on drawing. This is Raju's first here with a hammer in the sixth end. Facing two, I think just trying to put one in, trying to manufacture what's known in the biz as a skipper's deuce, which is not something you can get at the old seafood restaurant Skipper's, which, if you remember Skipper's, congratulations. Did you ever go to Skipper's? Did they have the seafood restaurant Skipper's where you were growing up or where you lived?
It was Nebraska.
Oh, okay.
You don't have much seafood in Nebraska.
That's fair. So looking to draw around, this could be over curling. It looks like it's going to, if it goes into the house, it's going to wreck, and it does not. It's going to settle in as a guard. So just the line looked pretty good. It was just the weight being the factor there. So now, I mean, if McBride wanted to be a little greedy, they could try and pick out that red in the back of the house and be sitting 6. But they're not being greedy. That's a that's a good quality to have, to not be greedy. Looking to draw, I think, just to close the door on the draw path on the right side. The sweepers are on it. Again, it's the line that's the most important part for this type of shot. You can see it curling, and it just digs in. Sweepers are just kind of off, just letting the shot go because it's just going to settle in as a mid guard there in the 2 zone. And so now Raju is going to try and draw for a single point here. And looking for a single here. This is Stip P and Raju. Looking for something, looking to start some offense to carry into the last 2 ends of this contest. And so the weight is a little bit up. Could be because the last 2 shots down this path were a little slow. And there is some backing in the back of the 4-foot. It looks pretty close. Look at it finish. And it's going to come right on top of that yellow for a single point. And Raju gets another one on the board, is now trailing 9-4. So in both of these men's semifinal games, both leaders of each game are firmly in control. It's just a matter of seeing if they're going to be able to hang on and punch their ticket to the championship game. We're going to take a 30-second pause so I can refresh my throat, and we'll be right back. All right, we are back to the men's semifinal coverage, bonus coverage, coming to you live from the 2024 men's and women's club playdowns, live from Coyotes Curling Club, presented by doubletakeout.com. And Rocks are in play here in the seventh end, as Team McBride has a 9-3 lead over Team Raju of San Francisco Bay Area Curling Club. We're going to switch over in just a moment to the other men's game as they are nearing Stipstones. And they are playing away, so it's kind of harder to see the action. I'll do my best to let you guys know what's happening. Looking at the overhead monitor, it does appear McBride is keeping his foot on the gas with the hammer here in the seventh end. They are sitting at 2, it appears, as the second for Team McBride delivers the rock. And this is McBride's second, throwing some weights. Going to clear some stones. And I'm going to take a mosey down to the other sheets. I'll see you in just a moment, guys. So we're here in the seventh end. Appear to be 2 Stipstones, where we have Team Siggins. And I dropped the roster by missing a page. Tate is sitting 2 right now, and it looks like Siggins is going to make a play on one of those stones as he gets set, gets ready to deliver the rock. So just really quickly looking at the overhead, you can see the broom is set to take on one of the reds. I think maybe looking to hit and roll might be a good outcome. And this does look like a hit, and it will roll too far. It's going to stick around. The answer is yes. It will hang on the back edge of the 12-foot. So, Tate is sitting 1, but Siggins a second shot as Tate is ready to deliver his first of 2 Stipstones here in the end with hammer. And just based on where they have the broom, I think they're looking to draw to the right side of the sheet. Maybe just kind of split the ring a little bit so Siggins can't get rid of both. Take stones and set up the possibility of scoring 2. As Tate's rock is away. So I mentioned the roster missing a couple entries. It's on the other sheet. It's because both Siggins and Tate are the last alphabetically, and so I don't have the rosters for them. I apologize. So this rock is coming in. It needs to be in the house. It needs to be counting, and it is going to be just a little light. And so now Siggins can just attack that Tate stone, and then Tate is going to be forced to a single. So Siggins holding a sizable lead is looking to really make it hard for Sean Tate to get anything going here in this seventh end. as he pushes out a hack and is underway. And let's see what happens. Going to make contact, just a nose hit, roll slightly towards the center. And now Tate, I think Tate has to take this on for a potential, well, there's no 2 points here. I don't even think they could maybe spill that red that's at the top of the house in for a second shot. So could just be looking at the nose, hit that yellow for a single point. And then Tate is going to have some work to do in the final end. If it does go to that final end. Both teams have plenty of time remaining, although Tate has just over 4.5 minutes. Sadian has 6.5 minutes, so Tate's definitely has to think a little more about the shots than Sadian's. Looking for a nose hit for a single here in the 7th, and the result is right on the nose. It rolls slightly to the center under cover. That's good for 1. Teams are going to play on. So Tate scores a single, but they still have work to do. Trailing 6-4, so they need to steal 2 to tie and 3 to win. That's a tall order, especially going up against the Skip Light Sadians. So we're going to return to that game in just a moment. We're going to go back over to our other men's game on sheet D. We'll be with you in just a moment. Back on sheet D. Again, this is a game where Team McBride out of Orange County has definitely been firmly in control of this game for the most part. Team Raju of San Francisco Bay Area is looking to generate any sort of offense to hang on here in the 7th end. But it does appear to be McBride sitting 2 or 3 as there's a third yellow that's kind of biting the edge of the 12-foot, as you can see from this ever so great video of a video screen. So
this is his last cover.
So we're to skip stones here.
You have to tap it. If you freeze on it, you're not counting. Right? So you have to like nose tap it just enough to do.
And so
Or you can corner freeze on it.
facing 2 or 3, this is PN Raju's last rock apparently of the end. It's a key shot as it goes down the ice. Sweepers are controlling the stone, not really digging in. Now they're off, just going to let it go where it ends up. And it looks like it's going to stay a little straight. It's going to settle in by hitting the yellow shot stone and sitting on the button. However, that rock is wide open for McBride to take it out. So, good effort. Just a little bit of a miss there from Raju. And so now we have the final stone, the hammer coming from McBride, and this could be the game here, as McBride could run Raju out of stones before getting to this 8th end. Score currently 7-3. And the shots away from McBride. Let's see what's on tap here. And the hits made, nose hits, and it's a score of 3 or possibly 4. And that does appear to be handshakes from Raju. Handshakes from Team Raju, congratulating McBride on the victory. And McBride has punched his ticket to the final. And we will see them later tonight. And we'll move back over to Sheet B to see who will be joining McBride in the men's championship coming tonight just after 8 p.m.
What do you put, 3 or 4? Okay, I'll put 4. Yeah, I think you're right.
Moving back over. Trying to put my piece of paper down that's doing nothing. Dramatic play-by-play. That's what you guys tune in for. So here we are back on Sheet B for the last of the men's semifinal action. Extended bonus coverage coming to you live from Coyotes Curling Club in Tempe, Arizona. So, Team McBride from Orange County has punched its ticket to the final, and it appears that Sidians from Coyotes is close to joining them. We just have to see the outcome of this end. It appears it's been a pretty clean end so far, which benefits Sidians because Tate needs rocks in play to potentially steal 2 to have a chance to win this game. I'm going to shift a little bit more. So this next Tate Stone ends up as a tight center guard. And a round of applause as McBride comes off the ice. And that Tate Stone goes away. The shooter for Sidians goes out of play. And timeout being called by Team Tate. They have 90 seconds to talk over the shots. Normally timeouts are a single minute, but we allow 30 seconds of coach travel time even if the team does not have a coach. So teams are talking it over. They need to be able to try and generate a scenario where they can score 2. And I think it's going to be tricky. Some applause for Raj's team as they exit the sheets. And I think they're looking at making a play on the yellow and rolling under the center guard. Maybe shifting to the overhead screen. You might be able to see a bit more here. So you can't see that red guard. That red guard must be pretty high. It is just past the hog line. So a very tricky situation, and there's also a higher risk of whatever Tate throws. It could lead to Sidians just being able to chip it out fairly easily. So they call the timeout. It appears that there's at least 3 stones remaining in the end. The timeout's over. Tate has 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes to finish this end, which should be plenty of time even as the shots get harder. And it looks like after thinking about making a hit and roll on the yellow shot stone in the house, Tate is set up for a draw. I imagine hoping to use that corner guard that they have in place. So Tate's third, pushes out a hack. Looking to get around that center guard and I think maybe sit shots on the button. This is curling a bunch. Let's see where it ends up. It gets around the corner guard. Now where is it going to end up in the house? It's going a little, I said a little deep, actually ends up in a pretty solid spot right on the button. So a great shot there. Appears to be by Aronson, the vice for Team Tate, as he makes his way to the coveted stand right in front of the camera position. I'm going to move slightly, hopefully not be in people's ways. So now, Siddons, I think, is looking to tap the yellow back onto the red with his thirds last. And so it looks like it's going to hit and make contact on the red, and the red is going to go out of play. And so now Team Tate appears to be down to their final two rocks. That high guard is still available to utilize. Tate's still holding the broom. So they might have... So they have more rocks than just two. So again, going to try that draw one more time. Sean had it dialed in last time. Let's see if he has it dialed one more time with his last. This looks to be a little heavier than the first one, but it seems to be sitting down really nicely again as it settles into the back 8-foot, biting the 4-foot. And now Siddons is going to peel the guards to remove any sort of cover for Tate to hide behind with his last two of the game. And does make contact. Shooter and the guard both go out of play. And now, I think I can say this. I think Tate's down to his last two rocks. As Tate slides his way to the delivery end of the sheets. Looking to, I think, try and draw behind the yellow now. So any safe harbor they can find, they're going to utilize. Excuse me a moment.
That's a wide opening there.
So again, Tate needs to make sure every shot counts to have a chance of staying alive. Looking for the draw, I think seeking to draw around the cover of the yellow stone at the top of the house. Makes his way down the sheet. This looks to be a little wide, perhaps, for getting under the yellow. It's going to tap the shot red back, and so now, as the war room knows, there seems to be a double, and if Siddons makes both of these stones go away, it's going to be game over, and Siddons will have punched his ticket to the championship. So, if this holds up, we're going to see two quality teams, and all the teams are quality, really. But Both Sidians and McBride have been kind of going back and forth, being among the top teams in our region, and it'll be fun to see them tonight. But first, Sidians has to make these two reds go away, make at least one of them go away. And this is really close. It's got one and just the one. And so Tate has one more shot. As the warm room notes, that yellow is now shot, and so Tate has to address it. Needs to push it back. I would probably just tap it back, and then maybe force Sidians to draw for his last. Tate is down to his last 50 seconds. He needs to deliver the rock before the clock runs out, but it seems like he's going to do so with time to spare. And just based on where Aronson has the broom, it appears that they're just going to draw and tap the yellow back. So not only does Tate need to be shot, he needs to be sitting 2 to stay alive here at the end of the 8th end. Ends the game with 24 seconds to spare. So it needs to tap. It needs to be first and second shots. So it needs to tap it. So it taps their own. It's not going to be enough, and it is handshakes as Sidians will punch his ticket to tonight's championship. And again, we are going to see Team Sidians take on Team McBride. That is our championship slate. And you're going to be able to see it tonight at 8:20 or so on the MoPac YouTube channels. Check your local listing for details. So as I slowly make my way back to the production station, we're going to wrap things up. And again, just to kind of recap what we saw here. Our feature game was Team Blaske taking on Team Groh from Coyotes, and it was Groh pitching out a shutout, winning fairly handily. Then we were able to switch to the men's semifinal games where we saw Team McBride defeat Team Raju for a spot in the finals, and then Team Sidians just defeated Team Tate to secure their berth in tonight's final. Again, action will continue at 8:20 tonight. And also another friendly reminder that coverage of this event is presented by DoubleTakeout.com. DoubleTakeout.com is where you can go for the world's greatest curling rankings, updated weekly throughout the competitive season to see how the top teams fare against themselves, against each other, and against the world, an uncaring, indifferent world itself. That's all on DoubleTakeout.com. So, for all of us here at MoPac, Coyotes Curling, and DoubleTakeout.com, this is your host, Ryan Olson, saying so long. We'll see you tonight at 8:20 for what shapes up to be an excellent championship game. Bye for now.